Right, we're on. Today we're going to talk about the bad hole. We've all done it. We all play golf. We've all come in at the end of the round, played really well, except for one hole, or maybe two holes, the two destructive holes of your round. And it's grinding down, isn't it? It really does annoy you, doesn't it? Today we're going to look at why that is. I've got a little idea on what we can do to prevent that happening and just turn that bad hole into a decent hole, or even a good hole. Because we can put together such good stuff. You know, we can play the best golf we've played for a long time, really feel as though we're putting the round together, and then that destructive hole. And it's happened within 15 minutes, it's over, it's done. All of a sudden there's a treble bogey on the card, or even worse, and that's taking you from your out of the buffer zone, if you like, and putting your handicap up when there's really no need for it at all. Really no need for it at all. None at all. So I'm going to play this hole as a little warm-up, first hole of the day. Quickly before I start, I'd like to thank Kim for coming over from North Carolina for our lesson this morning. Well done, Kim. Well played. When we get to the next hole, it's a par 5, so it's going to be more relevant. A par 5 obviously takes up more time, so therefore more can go wrong, and there's more time to think about the negative thoughts. So today, if we can take the negative thoughts out of every hole, and play an individual game on every hole, not golf, but an individual game on every hole, that'll keep our mind occupied to prevent the negative thoughts coming in, which result in the bad shots. But firstly, we'll play this par 3 to warm up, and then we'll start on the next hole. Right, 180 yards, good solid 7, 2 gloves. It's good, it's very good. That was class, very happy with that. So today, yeah, playing a game within a game. So we're playing a game on every hole to ensure that we no longer bring in the negative thoughts, which brings in the double bogey, treble bogey, quadruple bogey, even worse than that. Make sure you play a game when playing a game. Let's get to the next tee. Here's the game within the game. 4 tees into my right pocket. So I've placed 4 tees into my right pocket. Each tee represents a negative thought. Every time I have a negative thought, I put one of the tees from my right pocket into my left pocket. At the end of the hole, this par 5, I'm hoping to still have some tees in my right pocket. And therefore the idea of the game is to ensure you are aware of when you have a negative thought, which is going to bring on a bad score or a negative outcome or a poor shot. It also is going to highlight the fact that you're not allowed to have that negative thought. It's a waste of a tee. So thinking about where you don't want to go is not a negative thought. So I know up here the out of bounds crouches in the left, so I'm taking that into consideration. That's not a negative thought, I'm just aware of that's where I don't want to go. And then from there I can have my positive thoughts. I don't want to lose any tees from my right pocket at all. Positive thoughts all the way up the right side, driver, full commitment to the cause, all positive. That's exactly where I wanted to go. This tee here, we'll just get rid of now. I don't want to make it any more confusing than it already is. So what is the negative thought? Why is that so destructive? Negative thought is a law of attraction. So by having a negative thought, if you think, don't go left. Now, don't go left to me is a negative thing. Your mind registers the left. It doesn't register the don't. It just registers the actual object or the train of thought, if you like. So don't go left is a negative thought because you're telling yourself where you don't want to go. So therefore, that is, you'd lose a tee there. By assessing the fact I didn't want to go left there, I was aware of that. So left's in play, go right. So go right is a positive thing to think about. That's why I never lost a tee there. So here I am up the right hand side of the fairway, absolutely perfect, exactly what I wanted to do, and I've left myself a great line in. All positive so far, good stuff. Now I'm playing this hole as a 3-hole strategy. Again, that's a positive thought, working my way down the hole, all the tees are still in place, we're all good so far. I've got 253 to the pin, there's bunkers left, so I want to be short left so I know where I want to go. I'm not bothered about where I don't want to go, I'm well aware of that, so I want to go Short left of the green's a good line in. So if I can hit one sort of 190 up there, so if I take 6 iron, 6 iron up there should be good. This tee is coming out of here and going in here, because it just jumped into my mind, do not make a bogey on camera, let's try and make sure we make par. So I obviously wanted to make par, but the first thing that came out of my mind was don't make a bogey, don't make a fool of yourself. So that's a different external feeling or attraction that I've put out there, which is completely different to what you guys might get. You might be thinking about, I've gone par, 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 let's keep this going, please don't make a bogey now. That's negative. So it's not necessarily the shot you're playing, but it's the shot or the subsequence or the result of the 3 or 4 holes you previously played. Right, 6 iron, nice and positive. Front left of the green's good. I know where I want to go, I'm going to keep this nice and low. That sun is a nightmare. That's okay, here we go. 6 iron, good. Oh, superb. Fantastic, absolutely delighted with that. Could not have struck that any better at all. Although I did lose a tee with my thought process. So I lost a tee with my thought process. That was so amateur of me. Dare I say it. Playing this game within the game, a little game, every hole's a game, 18 little games that aren't even golf. So it's 18 little tee games if you like. Now if you know, let's try and go a whole par 5 without transferring tee from the right pocket to the left pocket at all. Now that's hard to do, so you have to be mega confident and mega positive about what you're going to do. And that's how you eradicate those bad holes, those high numbers. The high numbers come from indecision, lack of confidence. I played Dumbarton a couple of weeks ago, I was 2 under through 16, stood in the 17th tee and lost the ball to the right. Hadn't missed a fairway all day. But I wasn't too confident about the driver. I thought about what if this goes wrong, where's it going to go? Of course I finished double bogey bogey. And then for the rest of that hole, a double bogey, trying to fight my way up that hole. 5 tees wasn't even enough for the amount of negative thoughts I had. Terrible, absolutely terrible. Right, I've left myself roughly, I'd say about 40 yards, 30 yards to the hole. I'm going to take a little 54, try and fly it all the way to the green. See if I can get this ball to stop a little bit. Full control of what I'm doing. 2 good shots to get here, all positive thoughts. Oh my God, it's so hard. You'll never guess what's just gone through my head. That's coming out of there and going straight in there. So I played yesterday and I had a similar shot with my 54-degree wedge. I think it was 58 actually, and I chunked it. I hit it 2 or 3 yards in front of me. And I just thought about that there just now and thought, don't do what you did yesterday. After speaking to the camera saying how confident and positive I was. So I'm finding out now from this where my negative thoughts come from. It's trying to perform for the camera as a negative thought for me. Just lost the tee. Back to this. Positive thought, positive thought, positive thought. It's all good. It is all good. This little game, I love this game, this is good fun. This is good fun. So I'm going to pop this on and leave myself a short putt for birdie. 40 yards, let's say. Oh, I've left it well short. Strike was good though. Can't believe I lost the tee because of that. I lost the tee because I was bored about how I'm going to perform. That must be a common thing. There must be loads of people who do that. They worry about how they're going to play in front of somebody with a lower handicap. They might be playing with the club champion, they might be playing with somebody through a business deal. It might even be a job interview. I've seen job interviews on the golf course, trust me. Anything like that. So they're all negative. You're losing tees there. This little game you can play within yourself and you can come across as a confident person because you're trying to fight this little battle on your own. You're eradicating that large number, that treble bogey, or that perception other people have of you. You are fully in control of what's going on. I've still got 3 tees in my right hand pocket. I'm on in the green in 3, putting for birdie with 2 tees down. That's all right. Do you know what's happening? That tee is going in the left hand pocket. I've just walked on this green. Oh my God, what an absolute fanny. I've just walked on this green and I've looked at the state of the green. The green's not in very good condition at all just now. And I've said to myself, these greens aren't in great condition. How negative is that? I've no control over the greens. The green is a living, breathing body. It moves as you putt on it. I have no control over it. The fact that it's not in a great condition, that shouldn't bother me. It shouldn't be a negative thing. But I made that a negative thing. If I hit my tee shot and I'm in the semi-rough and I'm complaining about the lie, there's a negative. You know, I can find my ball, I can hit it. It's not that bad. It's not worth losing a tee over just because the golf course is not, or the lie is not exactly what you're after. There's a positive all the time. What an idiot, losing a tee for that. That's crazy. So now I'm negative. Do you know what? I'm going to give myself another tee. I've lost one more tee because I'm still thinking about that. I've not put that to bed yet. Oh man, that's me lost all my tees. And now I'm using my camera lens cap to mark my golf ball. That's a positive though, because if I had no marker, that'd be negative. So that's positive. Right, good, we're all go. We're all tees down, so I've no option but to be positive now. I've no tees left in my pocket. Everything's positive. This is good. I've got the line for this. Nice positive stroke on this. Let's get this ball in the hole. Let's get this birdie. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's class. Absolute class. Well done. There's nobody here to even hear me. I unfortunately put myself in a position here that I could no longer was allowed to give myself any negative thoughts because I'd lost my fourth tee. Had I done that, I can't remember if it's 4 or 5 tees, but all the tees out of my right pocket have gone, so it's 4 tees. I think I referred to it as 5. Had I lost them halfway up the fairway, how hard would it be to play the rest of the hole with no negative thoughts? Tricky. So therefore the less tees you start with, the harder that's going to be. But 4 or 5 tees is a good way to start. Don't waste them though. I've wasted all mine there. Not on my ability to play golf, but how I feel as I'll be perceived by you guys watching the video. And I said to myself, don't make, what did I say? I said, make sure you make a par, don't make a bogey, negative. I was then negative about a past experience I'd had with my chip shot, thinking about that. What's the point in thinking about what I did yesterday? A completely different day, completely different body, completely different food inside me, a different mindset, absolute crazy. I then lost a tee because I complained about the putting green, the surface of the green. Now that's given a negative vibe already. If I'm complaining about the golf course, I've no control over that. Absolutely no control over that. I have to be able to control the controllables. That's uncontrollable. I don't cut the greens. I'm not in charge of that. And then I lost my final tee because I was in a negative mindset because I was bothered about the decision I'd made already about the green. So I lost 2 because of the putting surface that I can't even control. What an absolute, yeah, exactly. So there we go, and play golf, get 4 or 5 tees, get 4 tees, let's call it 4. Get 4 tees, put them in your right pocket. Okay, go and play a couple of holes and see how you get on. See if the previous holes, if you're playing well, 3 birdies in a row, does that have a negative effect on you? Does that make you think, oh, I better protect my score? That's negative. There you go, you've lost a tee. If you have 4 bogeys in a row and you're on the next hole, oh, please don't make another one. That's negative. Lost another tee. Or it might be the lie, it might be the conditions, it might be anything, absolutely anything. But try and keep all 4 tees in your right hand pocket. That is hard to do. If you walk off the green, any hole, with 2 of your 4 tees still in your right hand pocket, I guarantee your score will be reduced. That double bogey, that treble bogey will be gone. It might end up being a bogey at worst, and if you've got a couple of them on your card, that's okay. But we've got rid of that high number because you've approached the game in a different mindset and you are now absolutely awesome. Well done. I will see you in my next video. Cheers.